mind, it is beyond the self or your soul. Buddha uses the word anatta. Anatta means no self. You are not even your soul. Then who are you? You are nothing. When you start remembering you are nothing, then that state happens, what you call as humbleness, sensitivity, receptivity. Then only it can happen when you say that I am nothing. What are you are nothing? You just see. You sit here and close your eyes and start expanding this hall, this area, this Kurakani area, this Varkala, this Kerala, this India, this universe. You will see that you are not even a tiny dot. But we think we are supreme. We are very big. The ego becomes very strong. You are nothing. All learning starts there. When I say with my wholeheartedness that I am nothing, then you will start learning. You will become open. Your mind starts to open. As I told you, we do not accept that we don't know. You always want to say, we know. We've seen a child asks a question. If it asks a question to the father or the mother, the father or mother will never say, I don't know. He will try to say something. Because his ego does not want to accept before a child that he does not know. So, we are nothing. If you see, in Japan there are Zen paintings. The beauty of the Zen paintings is that they make a very big landscape. There are mountains, there are oceans, there are everything in the painting. And in a very small corner, you even have to concentrate. In a very small corner, a monk is sitting, meditating. He is very small. So this indicates that your being can be expanded, but not through the ego, but feeling that I do not know. I am nothing. Do you know the green of the trees? We don't know. Do you know the sun? You don't know. We don't know anything. We know according to the knowledge. If you see the green and you will start saying, oh, there is chlorophyll in it. There is photosynthesis. The sun is coming and giving chlorophyll and chlorophyll is being formed, etc., etc. But you are not the green of the trees, neither the red of the rose. So, yogas chitta vritti nirodha is the statement, and through this cessation happens the state of witness, of sakshi. Witnessing is the essence. Witnessing is the essence of yoga. Now let us go further. Again, coming back to the statement of yoga. What is it? What does it say? Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Now, you said chitta vritti, modifications. What are these? See, to go beyond the mind, you will need to understand what the mind is. how it works. You cannot just go into a forest and close your eyes and say that I have gone beyond the mind. It is not possible. So one has to understand what the mind is. So you need to understand what are these modifications or what are these fluctuations. So let us see what are the fluctuations. These two sutras are important. You don't have to remember the Sanskrit, but you will be asked what are the modifications of the mind. Modifications of the mind are 5. They can be a source of misery or non-misery.
What is says modification of the minds are
5.
5.
They can be a source of misery or non-misery. Write this down. They are this Sanskrit and English you will have to know. Day after tomorrow I will ask you. They are 1. Pramana. Right knowledge. Second one, viparyaya, wrong knowledge. Third one, vikalpa, imagination. Fourth one, nidra, sleep. And the last one, smriti, memory. Pramana, viparyaya, vikalpa, nidra, smriti are the 5 modifications of the mind. Please, you can take the wall if you want. Don't sleep. Take the wall. Sit up and take the wall. You can go lean against the wall.
Can you spell small? S-M-R-I-T-I.
Memory. Smriti. Everybody wrote down? So, let's try to understand these modifications. There are 5, and he says they can be a source of misery or non-misery. Why does he say this? Because the way we train the mind, we are always training the mind towards a state of misery. Buddha calls this as dukkha. Dukkha means misery. All beings are in a state of misery. Why? Because we train our mind in that way. Our mind is full of achieving, competition, constant, I am better than the other. I should be better than the other. And this constant competition creates what? Stress, tension, anguish. Have you heard the word anguish? Anxiety. Most of the diseases nowadays are created because of anxiety. You take hypertension, you take diabetes, you take arthritis, you take acidity, you take constipation, you take any disease. It is created out of anxiety. Competition, trying to be something which you are not. Not satisfied, not contented with what you have right now. That creates a state of misery. So it is up to you. You are responsible. Each individual is responsible for his own mind. You have to train it like a horse. What happens to a horse? If you want to really breed it, you'll have to train it. If it is not trained, it will go mad. Just like that is the mind. If you want to sit in the driver's seat, then you will need to train it. To train it, you will have to understand it. Mind is a very delicate thing which has been given to you by God. One has to understand it. One cannot go against it. It is not possible. We are not bigger than nature. You will have to understand it and go beyond it through understanding, through love. So two states can be responsible. One is misery or one is non-misery. Sometimes you feel, you sit in front of the ocean, you see the sun setting. There are no thoughts in the mind. There is no dukkha. Because those moments are more fulfilling. You are contented sitting there watching. There is no negativity. There is no positivity. You are just watching. That state we experience, but most of the time it is in misery. So the way of yoga is to train the mind into a state of non-misery. But to train the mind, you need to understand these 5 modifications of the mind. Pramana, Viparyaya, Vikalpa, Nidra, Smriti are the 5 modifications which we will discuss in the tomorrow's class. We'll take a break. We'll meet in 10 minutes.
So again, need to do breath or
Yeah, we are going to do pranayama. Yeah,
can I share with some?
From tomorrow, I think you need to bring that book. Yeah.
Think of the